Hello! So now we're going to get the derivative of the cost with respect to b, and we're actually going to take a stroll down memory lane through all the other things that you learned and just make small changes so that you can get the derivative with respect to b. Let's see how that works. Recall that this is what you saw in the original course, and we've just gone through a couple videos to show you how you got the derivative of the cost with respect to wj. Now what we want to do in a single video is to get the derivative of the cost with respect to b, which is this expression right here. And you may already notice that it looks pretty similar to the one above it. And again, this is what you saw in the very first video of this series, so nothing here is new, but we're just going to change it from the derivative with respect to wj to the derivative with respect to b. Now the derivative of the loss with respect to f is going to be the same. And the derivative of f with respect to z will also be the same. Now here's what's different. Instead of the derivative of z with respect to wj, we're going to change that to the derivative of z with respect to b. And that's not x sub j, it's actually just going to be 1. And you'll see why in a few seconds. Now for the chain rule on the right, instead of the derivative of the loss with respect to wj, it's now going to be the derivative of loss with respect to b. And so we're just going to change that third factor on the right to be the derivative of z with respect to b. This means that down here, this expression will be the derivative of the loss with respect to b, and this x sub j will be replaced with the number 1. So all we need to do is find out how this expression is now different. Derivative of z with respect to b is 1. So what's the derivative of z with respect to b? This is what we're looking for. It's going to be equal to 1. How do we get there? Well, z is w dot x plus b, where the w vector is just these scalars w1 through wn, and the x vector is just the features x1 through xn. So now we rewrite z like this, and now we're going to focus our attention on that last term right there, the variable b. And so the derivative of z with respect to b is this whole thing right here. And as before, all of these terms cancel out to 0 because b does not appear in any of these terms, but you're taking the derivative with respect to b. Now over here, that very last term here does have the variable b, and the derivative of b with respect to b is just 1. And that's how we get dz over db is equal to 1. Now let's revisit that last expression that we saw in an earlier video where we're putting everything together. So far this is everything that you saw when you're doing that last step to calculate the derivative of the loss with respect to wj. So let's just make some small changes to make that the derivative of the loss with respect to b. So first, this is now with respect to b, and also with respect to b, which means x sub j is now replaced with 1, with respect to b, so now replace it with 1, with respect to b, so replace the x with 1, again do the same thing here, replace it with 1, again replace it with 1, and again replace it with 1. And so last step, take the derivative with respect to b of the loss. That's just going to be f of x minus y times 1. And recall, this is what you saw in the course videos. So I hope this gives you some insight into why these equations are the way they are. And now I would like to reward you with a picture of a frog. Congratulations. Bye now.